yesterday I gave a little faint praise to Biden for not going along with the idea of cable companies stopping beaming in Fox and OAN and Newsmax to houses, as it was some sort of white supremacy conspiracy or fake news, which of course it isn't. Remember, you got to make up your own mind about the news. People seem to have forgotten that. And I don't like Newsmax, or I hate Fox. I love Tucker Carlson. Tucker, I think, is an excellent man. And I've hated him in the past, back in the day when I was a lefty and he was a bow tie wearer. Yeah, I hated him. Well, never mind. Forget that. Because I was supposed to. I know how that goes too. There's lots of people I didn't like because I was supposed to not like them. Never liked Andrew Breitbart. I wasn't supposed to. Now he's gone, and I realize what a smart man he was. Anyhow, so yeah, the faint praise for not going along with that idea, which is good. However, faint praise is done. Faint, faded, gone. Day one. Well, first of all, I believe he signed, 17 executive orders, which dwarfs Trump signed 4 in his first couple of weeks. Everybody wants to be like, Trump was a dictator signing executive orders and abusing the will of the people. Huh. Look in the mirror much? Anywho, 17. That's a record. That's a record. And on day one, he's putting more troops back in Iraq. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. I like Trump. I became a Trump supporter because Trump was the most anti-war president we've had in decades. In decades. Prove me wrong. Don't bother. You can't. It's the war machine. It's the neoliberal, neocon war machine. Never stops. For nobody. Thank you, Jimmy Dore, for finally making me realize that a few years ago. Day one. More troops. Oh, but we're just getting started. Oh, he did sign the mask mandate. That's right. And then later on, federal property. So I'm glad he didn't try and push some bullshit. Everybody's got to wear a mask for 100 days everywhere they go, because that was not going to happen. This mid-wit moronathon we're currently engaged in. But no, later that day, he's at the Lincoln Memorial. Pretty sure it's federal property. With no mask on. And then his press secretary, who looks like he just got back from an audition for the musical Annie, had the limpest, lamest excuse with just a bunch of buzzwords, boom, and said nothing. So, bye-bye, Kayleigh McEnany. Fun while it lasted. I have a feeling we'll see you again, though. All right, that being said, so mask mandate was silly. More troops in Iraq is not silly. It's sad and unnecessary, but that's what you voted for. Whether you know it or not, that's what you voted for. Yeah, you get the government you deserve. We're not going to go over all the executive orders. We'll save some for later. But the last one I'm going to talk about, look at that. Oh my God. The last one I'm going to talk about is the one that pains me the most. The executive order allowing men to pretend that they're women and therefore completely ruin girls and women's sports for the foreseeable, if not forever future, if this bullshit doesn't get turned around. This might be my hill to die on. I am a father of 4. 1 boy, 3 girls. I am watching in real time women give up their womanhood. Men cannot be women. Women cannot be men. You can dress up and play and pretend all you want, and I'm fine with that. But every girl, I mean, the ramifications are huge, but let's just focus on sports for a minute. Every girl who spends years devoting time, effort, perseverance, determination, all those words, everything it takes to become the best at what you do. And unfortunately, because the way nature works, some guy's going to come along and be like, hey, I'm really a girl trapped in this body. Can I be on the track team? And if you don't believe me, just look at the state records in Connecticut or lots of other states around the union right now, other states around the country, where records are falling. Let's talk about Zuby. Zuby. He owns the female deadlift, weightlifting record. One day he felt like a woman, went for it and got it. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's laughable until you realize that you have just crushed every girl that wants to grow up to become a professional soccer player, professional tennis player, track and field athlete, anything, you name it, anything. This isn't a men are better than women thing at all. It's in sport, men are going to be better equipped for a lot of these things. I love women's sports. My favorite women's sport, women's biathlon. I love skiing and I love guns. So I don't understand why biathlon isn't more popular in America. Maybe it's the name. Anyhow, I have no problem watching women's sports. I will say that compared to the NBA, the WNBA is nowhere near as entertaining. But if you're a young girl and you're watching other women and ladies play, it's something to look forward to. Something to devote the time and energy if basketball is your love. But what's going to happen when some dude somewhere goes, hey, once again, I'm just a girl hooper trapped in a dude's body. That's going to be the most ridiculous basketball game I could ever imagine to see. There are no easy answers. I don't have them. Nope, I'm not going to sit here and rail on and say, well, here's how it has to be, because I don't know. There's that wrestler in Texas who's actually a girl transitioning to a boy. Once again, I don't believe in any of this stuff. I just don't. But if that's what she's doing, he's doing, I don't know, they're doing. And he wants to wrestle other boys. Texas state law doesn't allow that, or at least currently. So she's had to wrestle other girls. And she's jacked up on testosterone. And I've watched the videos, and it is not a fair fight. I've seen the Rogan episodes where he shows those MMA fighters who were men, became women, and then basically went out and beat the shit out of another woman in the ring because it was a dude fighting a lady. And I've seen way too many track meets, where, people who we're talking within a year have transitioned, and they just go out and obliterate the field. They obliterate the competition, and all those girls who, once again, had spent the better part of their life with this in mind, and maybe had an eye towards gaining a scholarship to a college to further their educational career or athletic career, boom, snuffed out by something that isn't real. Yet everybody wants to believe that. Yep, believe in the science. No. There is no science. How has everybody let go of biology? They've just let go of biology. Yeah. I don't get it. I really don't. And I don't think a lot of women really see. Maybe they're blinded by their virtue. That's got to be it. I mean, virtue signaling is a horrible byproduct of this modern day society, in my humble opinion. And maybe they're just blinded by their own virtue, and they think they're doing something for the betterment, when in reality, they're selling themselves down the river. Kelly Jean Keene, or I still like to call her Posey Parker. She nailed it. Adult human female. We have lost the plot. We have really 100% lost the plot as people. So, yep, faint praise for Sleepy Joe is done. What's going to happen? I mean, I'm in agreement with most who think he will never fill out his first term. I think that, it's incredible because Kamala was nobody's favorite. She was eviscerated by Tulsi Gabbard, rightly so. I love Tulsi Gabbard, even though I disagree with her on so many things. I think people like her, we need more of in Congress. People who will really speak their mind. Check her out. I mean, she has been completely eviscerated by the DNC. I just use eviscerated twice. Sorry about that. But she has, for saying it like it is. I think she's awesome. Plus, I'm a surfer from way back, so I got to appreciate the Hawaiian vibe. So, that being said, a little slippery there. The scenario that frightens me the most would be that they string Joe along for 2 years out of his 4. Then they 25th him. I think it'll be a challenge to string him along for 2 years, but I think that's what they want to do. They want to string him along for 2 years. Then Kamala takes over, and she can finish out his term, and then run for 2 more. The 10-year Kamala plan. And since they've got the voting thing taken care of, that could easily happen. A lot of things are going to be, I think a lot of things will come to light in the next couple of weeks. How the impeachment's going to go. McConnell. Oh, God. What a disgusting group of people. And they still have all the power. Well, so the next few weeks will really have a lot to say about the next few years, I reckon. And whether or not we're going to be able to see Trump run again. Whether or not we're going to see the true birth of a third party. symmetry. I like symmetry. I mean, the jury's out on that one. Sure, a third party could divide stuff up enough to just give the Democrats an endless parade of victories for a while. But, you know, I'm nothing if not naive and optimistic. And I'd like to think that let Biden keep doing this, because all he's doing is making the Trump administration look fantastic. How many jobs did he just wipe away at the Keystone Pipeline? And yeah, when gas is $5 a gallon and we're bleeding out kids in Iraq again, don't tell me you didn't see this coming. But that's what he's doing right now. He is... Where was I going? So, oh, hey, crikey. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, this initial feel-good post-inauguration thing is going to fade away. People are going to be like, hey, wait a minute. You just made how many National Guard troops sleep in a garage? Why did you do that, Joe? How did that happen? Are you mad that they, what am I trying to do? Are you mad that they turned their back on you in the motorcade? Why would they do that? Maybe they know that you're not really the president. Maybe they know they're just there. That would have been amazing! They know that you're there as they're there for you as sort of a dog and pony show for our lion, dog faced pony soldier president. Maybe so. Maybe so. Time will tell. Got a very interesting couple of weeks, couple of months coming up. I remain optimistic because you have to. I think America is stronger than all this. I do want to believe people will see through this eventually. And he didn't do the best job on his first day of making new friends. Now, did he? Come on, man. Happy Friday.